I say give them the opportunity to go. We boycotted in Moscow in 1980 because of Afghanistan. 40 years later, still look what's going on in Afghanistan. So by giving the athletes an opportunity to compete and train, sacrifices that they've made, go over there, represent this country, stand in that podium, show the world why the United States is such a great country and so many great things that happen here. So go over to the Olympic Games, have our athletes compete, represent the country, stand on that podium, see your flag being risen just a little higher, hear the national anthem being played. What greater message can you send to the world that we have these type of people representing us and being a part of this country?
Now we just got to go there and do it if it does happen. I got to ask you about the other side of this. In the op-ed, you say that America would boycott the games, and that would, just like you said, ruin the dreams of hundreds of athletes. But what about the 550,000 plus people in the U.S. that have died as a result of the coronavirus? China has not been held accountable. Should we really be going to China to celebrate on their turf and reward their economy with the economic boon that is the Olympics?
Well, I think there's other ways that we can find a way to do something against China. Maybe there's some government officials that can go over and not spend any money. Maybe we do something trade-wise with China. Stop, relationships with China, but don't use the athletes as a way to do that. There's definitely other ways. The athletes didn't choose Beijing to have the Olympic Games there. The athletes want to compete. They want to train. They want to work. They want to go there. They've worked too hard to give this up. And, I think there are other ways to do it rather than using our athletes as a pawn for something like that.
In your piece, you made a point that I think is going to convince a lot of people. And I'd forgotten about this, but that 1980 Miracle on Ice came just before the U.S. boycotted those 1980 Summer Games. And I remember Jimmy Carter was talking about boycotting the Winter Games as well, meaning the Miracle on Ice would have never happened, which is shocking to me. Does that bother you to this day, by the way?
Yes, it does. Those poor athletes that trained to go to Moscow. I mean, talk to them. See what the feeling was like for them to not have that opportunity.
Right.
41 years later, I still get letters from people telling me what that moment meant to them and how proud they were when they watched our team compete. Give our athletes the same opportunity that I had, because you don't realize the joy that we bring to the United States when our athletes compete. It's not like a Super Bowl where one city wins and one city loses. We represent the United States.
Agreed. When
we see our athletes compete, you stand there and you watch them and you feel a part of them, whether it's a Simone Biles, when she's competing, Michaela Schifrin. When we see our athletes come down the slopes, when we see them skating on the oval, when we see us playing hockey, we represent the United States. And what better statement that we can make as athletes to go over there, compete, and show the world
Mike,
why we are so special.
You're making the hair on the back of my neck stand up right now with pride. So I appreciate that. And let's be honest, this is about China. This is about beating China. Germany, Norway, a lot of other countries do really well in the Winter Olympics. China typically does not. In 2018 in Pyongyang, South Korea, the U.S. had 23 total medals. China just had none. But the pressure's on. We got to go there and actually win. We got to dominate, right?
I think we have to go there just to show the world the type of athletes that we produce. Not every Olympian goes there knowing they're going to win a gold medal. Some athletes go there for the opportunity just to do what they've trained and sacrificed for. Some athletes might come in 6th place when people thought they were going to come in 10th place. So we need to give them an opportunity to compete, whether it's gold, silver, or bronze. That's one thing. But just to go over there, march in those opening ceremonies and show everybody that we're not afraid to go out there and compete against the best in the world. Because, again, like I said, these athletes have been training day in and day out for 4 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
Heck, most of them their whole lives for that one opportunity, that one race, that one chance.
That one chance that you almost didn't have, by the way.
Depriving them of that is wrong.
Yeah, and you almost didn't have that chance. You ended up being the captain of the team. But, in the movie Miracle, you were fortunate to be on it. But as you say in the movie, it's about the name on the front, USA, not the name on the back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to go over there and show the world the type of people that live in this country. It's up